Okay, so you're going to take the first term in your first binomial and you're going to multiply it to each term in the second binomial. So x times x gives me what?
X.
X.
2x.
Not 2x.
1x.
X squared. 2.
Lavaca. Look, it walks in late and gets the answer.
Oh my God.
Okay, what is x times 2? The 2 is an integer.
2x.
Yes. And by the way, the whole x squared, remember, x to the 1, when you multiply your bases, you add your exponents, so 1 plus 1 is that little 2. Okay. All right, now we're done with the first term in the first binomial, so now we're going to move to the 2, which is the second term. And again, you have to distribute repetitively. It has to get multiplied into every term. Okay, so what is 2 times x? Yes. And then what is 2 times 2? All right, and so now you're going to combine like terms. So what's plus 2x? What's plus 2x? Yes, 4x. And so this is your trinomial, and this is now in standard form. What I gave you is factored form. So when it's in those binomials, it's in factored form. We're asking you to rewrite it in expanded standard form. And so there's 3 methods of doing that. This is FOIL, distributive property repetitively, and of course some kids just call it the arrows because they draw arrows. This is hugely popular. im3, this is what students will do. The graphic organizers kind of go away as you move up in math because you get better just doing it in your head, okay? All right, what's the second method? If I go box method, I'm going to draw a box with 4 cells because x, what is it, x plus 2, x plus 2. So one binomial on top, one binomial on the bottom. And so now with the box, it's like cells, like an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so you have rows and columns. This is column x, column positive 2, row x, row positive 2. Each cell is the product of row times column. So what you're going to get here is identical to x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Notice there's 4 cells. Because a binomial is 2 terms. A binomial is 2 terms. What's 2 times 2? 4 terms. That's why you're going to get 4 terms coming out of it. Okay? So this just helps you not forget to not multiply. That's it. If you tend to be forgetful, the box method is the way to go. I'm recording. Okay, so here we go. What's x times x?
X squared.
X squared. Very good. What's x times positive 2? Yes, positive 2x. The integer and the base just come together, right? So that the 2 is a coefficient, the x is your variable, right? Okay, what is positive 2 times x? Perfect. And what's positive 2 times positive 2?
4.
Perfect. Okay, so now notice how our like terms here when we did the foiling distribution way, it's written horizontally, so it's the 2 middle terms. Here, it's your 2 diagonal terms. It's these 2. And so what do I get? My trinomial is x squared plus 4x plus 4. So this is my x squared term, this is my x term, this is my constant. And so again, you got it into standard form. I'm doing all 3 methods. You're not required to. You do the way you prefer. Your brain works, you go that way. Huh? Oh, wait, hold on. I got to do the third method, your MVP method. So hold on, let me do it one more time. But another method. Okay, because I kind of ran out of space, yikes, I'm going to write it on this sheet of paper here. Okay, so I'm still doing this problem. Okay, so we're going to call it MVP. We're doing this method that we worked on 2 days ago, right, before the PSAT?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so look, you're given x plus 2, x plus 2. All right, so you have x and you have plus 2 because you want it 2 lengths longer. But whatever you do on the right, because remember it's a square, so your lengths have to be equal, right? It's not a rectangle, it's a square. So the length and the height, or the length and the width, they have to be equal. That's the whole point of a square. Okay, and so what we kind of went over, because remember we kind of reviewed squares beforehand. Remember, a square has to be perfectly equal in its length. Notice there's like dead space here. It's unfilled. And so the way you complete out your trinomial to get the standard form is elongate your plus 2 plus 2. And so look, this is your x squared. The big is your x squared. Your rectangles are 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x. I have 4 rectangles, and then I have 4 little squares. And so what does that give you? X squared plus 4x plus 4. So your big squares, like we went over 2 days ago, those are your x squares. Your rectangles are your 1x. So the more you have, you keep adding up. And then your itty bitty little squares are your constant, your integers, your constants. Okay. All right, those are the 3 ways. Your packet is pushing this one here. That's why I call it MVP. Again, you pick your method. You only have to solve it one way. You don't have to do all 3. Okay, take a few minutes, try the second one, and then I'll solve it. Yes? Yeah, okay, so let me stop this video.